ridiculous is this? 4 wheels for $700. That's as much as the iPhone 11, I think. It's crazy, it's crazy, it's insane. At first I was like, oh, okay, maybe they're connected, maybe, you know, you have an app that goes with them and you can move them around and they can do cool things. And no, they're just 4 wheels that just go under the Mac Pro computer. And that's it. That's all they do. They roll around on a computer that's plugged into the wall. What? Apple says that they're for moving your Mac around from under your desk or across your studio. And you kind of think about it and you're like, okay, but how often am I moving this heavy computer that goes with a monitor and a keypad and a mouse? Why would I keep moving this Mac around when it needs a wall socket to function? Why would I need to move it so often that I need wheels? And you kind of think about it, you're like, okay, well, is this really a functional product? Does this really need to be here? Does it need to exist? But this is the thing. This kind of product, this kind of accessory pushes the idea that Apple wants to become a luxury brand. And it kind of is a luxury brand of the tech companies. But it's pushing more and more for that. And I think also with the AirPod Max aesthetic, kind of looks like a handbag. If you haven't seen Design Theory's analysis of the AirPod Max, I highly recommend it. It's up here in the cards. They kind of go together. They kind of show you that Apple just feels free to put any price on their products. And they know that people will buy them because they know they're consumers. And they know that they provide an aesthetic that isn't found in most other companies. So some companies have tried to go towards that, but a lot of the time they use plastic and they use rubber, whereas Mac uses metal and glass and very sleek designs. I understand people like that aesthetic, which means that they're ready to pay whatever Apple is going to put out there because their interface and their products are really well designed. Even the wheels, I mean, imagine if they were made by Acer or HP or any other tech company. They would have a little plastic thing in the middle, whereas Apple has made these sleek, beautiful wheels, but they cost $700. How do you justify buying 4 computer wheels for $700? I think even car wheels don't cost that much. Or maybe they do, but they're your car wheels. You're using them every day. Again, I think this is ridiculous. But let's carry on. Apple is known to follow some of Dieter Rams' principles for design. And a lot of their products will give you, you know, that feeling that you get when you look at Dieter Rams' products. And they kind of resemble each other with the simplicity and the sleek aesthetic. But Dieter Rams talks about functionality. And I just don't see the function or the added value that these wheels bring to the product. It's a Mac Pro. The Mac Pro is very expensive. And you don't want it to just roll around. These wheels don't have a stop, they can continue to roll around. So the company obviously marks up their products, and they have a lot of accessories that cost a lot of money and a lot more than other tech companies. But as we've established, it's kind of like the luxury brand of tech companies, and that's kind of why they allow themselves to put these prices. They also know that their consumers are going to buy their products. So $700 obviously doesn't justify 4 wheels made out of metal and rubber. That won't cost you $700 to make or to manufacture or to ship. Most of the people who are buying the Mac Pro are offices and companies that are buying these computers to work with. So it's not really made for people to buy them individually, which kind of, you know, makes the $700 not look so bad. So a company that's spending already thousands of dollars buying the Mac Pro aren't gonna mind buying $700 wheels. So now let's get to the sustainability analysis. This product is not really that sustainable because firstly, it doesn't really have a use, so I'm not sure it needs to be here. And if it doesn't need to be here, then not making it is much more eco-friendly and responsible than trying to make it sustainable. Apple has a hard time moving towards sustainability, probably because they don't want to. But the problem with that is that they're a huge tech company, and technology is using a lot of resources because we have a lot of precious metals and a lot of materials that go into making phones and making computers and all of these things that Apple produces. And they're obviously not the only ones responsible and the only ones that should be moving towards sustainability. There are many things that Apple can put into place that wouldn't necessarily make them look bad or make them look like an eco-friendly brand or something. They don't really need to market it, but just doing these simple things like making them fixable or trying to find other materials. To me, sustainability, it can also be seen as just another constraint in your project. Just like making phones slimmer than, I don't know, 0.5 millimeter. And I think that sustainability can also be seen as a constraint that way. So, I don't know, maybe Apple should be doing a little more effort on that front. That's all I wanted to say about the Mac Pro wheels. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I'll see you later.